name's Yun, but my friends call me Aaron. Uh, this is my first video. I haven't even started to learn how to edit, but I'm writing a book so I can create a program called the MBS approach, Mind, Body, Spirit. Um, I'm sorry I'm saying so much. Universal truths that I've put together through personal experience and research path that others have laid out before me. In this video, I'm trying to give you an introduction into what we believe in, what concepts we pull, and basically, just general philosophy. I created this program because I struggled with depression for many, many years, and that led to addiction and all sorts of negativity. And I lived in the darkness for a long time, but I found a way to turn the darkness into the light. And now my mission is just to share that with people, because I know what it feels like to not like yourself. I know what it feels like to feel like nothing's ever going to change. And I just want to be here to tell you that nothing's permanent. Things and really I just want to share the light that I found with the world. So the MBS method is not really a recovery program, although I used it to recover from addiction. And addiction has many faces, gambling, sex, drugs, shopping, social media. Really anything that gives you pleasure can become addicting. I mean, we humans biologically run away from pain and are gonna want pleasure. I mean, it's just basic human desire. So, a little bit about the concepts we pull from. Our main inspiration is Buddhism, and I don't know how familiar you guys are, but Buddhism revolves around the Four Noble Truths. Um, the first noble truth, dukkha, is suffering will always exist. And now suffering is kind of a dramatic word. You can interchange it with like pain. So pain's always going to be there. Happiness is on a spectrum with pain on one end and happiness on the other. It's like light and dark, the yin and the yang. You have to have one for the other to exist. But not everything turns out the way we want, and that leads to suffering. According to the Buddha, pleasure doesn't last long. Even if we are in an environment that doesn't bring us any sadness, we won't be fulfilled. There will always be something that keeps us from happiness. Pain will always exist. Truth, tanha, is desire is true evil. The origins of suffering or of pain is desire, and desire has a lot of faces too. Attachment. The three main roots of desire, though, are greed, which in Buddhism is represented by the rooster; ignorance, which is represented by the pig, which I find ironic because in Chinese calendar, I was born in the year of the pig, and I lived so many years of my life in a self-perpetuated ignorance. And I think the first video I'll make will be about how um, so many doors for you. Anyways, and final root is hatred, especially when people see other people possess things that they desire and cannot achieve, represented by the snake. Do want There's bad desires, of course, but then there's also good desires, which are called chanda, like the desire for knowledge or enlightenment. Knowledge is power. It really is. Um, the third noble truth is the cessation of pain. So how to get rid of it. And Nirvana's been kind of a buzzword in recent pop culture. I'm from Seattle, so I grew up on the band Nirvana. But the word, by definition, just means to extinguish. One must follow a route. Nirvana is the extinguishing of the three evils: greed, ignorance. things in your life, one does not deserve to reach enlightenment. So, only through enlightenment does one show sympathy and compassion to all. And the fourth noble truth is the path to the cessation of suffering. But we can make more videos on that. The other big inspiration we pull from is Stoicism. And Stoicism can be boiled down into why care? There's this Juice World song that I've been listening to, Long Live Juice World. It's like, what you don't understand about me is I never give up about a god thing. I wake up in the morning, do my damn thing. It's like, why bother? Who cares? You can't sweat the little stuff. And for what it's worth, you can't stress the big stuff either because we have so little control over the world and what happens to us on a day-to-day basis that it's like, why even try to control the things we know we have no control over? It just leads to stress and anxiety. There's one thing truly conquerable, it's our ability to choose. In Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, he was a Holocaust survivor. He was in Auschwitz. Stated, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. In order to conquer the world, one must conquer himself. Knowledge is power, guys. And true power is self mastery, which brings us to our third big inspiration we pull from. Uh, this is a really good author, Don Miguel Ruiz, The Mastery of Self. His most common book, which a lot of people have read, and I even read in high school, is called The Four Agreements. Um, but if you should check it out. If you haven't heard of this author and you like more story narratives, he has a book called The Alchemist. That's kind of like a traditional hero's journey, which is really good. Uh, he teaches from the Toltec. I don't know if they call it a religion. It's more of like a wisdom. A couple things I'll say about that is, so we have negative self-talk. We have internal and external negative self-talk. Basically, anything you hear in a conversation that attempts to impose conditional love is gonna be negative talk. And I, he calls the parasite. It strengthens itself by paying attention and latching on to that negative external self-talk. So, conditional love. This is a big concept and topic that I'll talk a lot about. Conditional love versus unconditional love. Now, conditional love, what it kind of sounds like and what it is when you say, oh, I won't be happy unless I get that promotion. Oh, I'll be happy when I get a girlfriend. It's saying I will only get this if that. Whereas unconditional love is, it's what it sounds like. I love you no matter what. I love you through all your flaws and sins. It doesn't matter. Which was a foreign concept to me really until I got Iris, my dog, because she's just a ball of pure love and it's beautiful. Anyways, also he talks a lot about attachments and domestications. So we all view life through our own set of glasses. And the lenses in them are made of all of our past experiences, personal beliefs, domestications. The way we view the world is different than the next person. And it's not a good thing or bad thing, it's subjective, it just is. And I think something that a lot of Americans don't realize is that you don't always have to be right or wrong per se. Just because, like, say you're having a conversation with somebody and they have a conflicting point of view, you guys can both be right. Just because I'm right does not make the other person wrong, and just because that person's right doesn't make me wrong. We can both be right. But most Americans don't get that concept. Anyways, we all view the world differently. We're all masters of our own reality. And so in understanding people, you have to respect that not everybody's going to think the same way as you. Not everybody's going to view the world the same way as you. And that's okay. That's what makes us all unique and special. It's actually a good thing. Form the parasite, that voice in the back of your head that tells you you're not good enough, that tells you that you don't deserve love, that tells you you're a piece of and that you're always messing up. The only way to transform that into the ally, which is that good voice, is through unconditional love. And so concepts from all these different things that reign true in my heart, and I've been trying to structure them into a way of living, a guide of universal truths. And I'm writing a book right now, so I have a ton of content. I'm just gonna start pumping out videos on topics, you know, why girls are attracted to the a-hole and why people watch sick videos. That maybe I'll do that one tomorrow. Uh, the Sufi religion out of India believes that all religions are talking about the same thing. And it makes sense if you think about it. You know, all of these religions originated in different areas in the globe. So obviously, people are going to have different ways to describe, whatever. But spiritual experiences are universal. Um, yeah, so if you guys want to follow along, I'm definitely going to be releasing a lot of content. Um, One thing that I'm a big proponent of is community. You know, people helping people. There's a great TED talk that you can look up on YouTube that talks about how the opposite of addiction is connection. And it's really true how if you're wrapped up in your own madness, you're not able to connect with people. You're shutting yourself out, and a lot of people isolate themselves because of shame, guilt, whatever. But what really makes life worth living for me is connecting with my fellow human and making a positive impact on the world. And if you want to follow me while we all grow and change and help each other, hit that follow, hit that like. It's never goodbye, only see you later, not fade away.